Welcome to the class 7 students. This is the last and the continuation part of the chapter excretory system in humans. In my previous video I have talked about what artificial kidneys are and how they work when they are needed, and I have also talked about the composition of urine. I hope you have understood those portions. Today I will start with the disorders of kidney. Disorders of kidney. Okay. What are the disorders of kidney? First one, this is a very important one as well. UTI. What is UTI? The full form is urinary tract infection. So a urinary tract infection is an infection that occurs in the urinary system. So from the name only you can understand that it is an infection which takes place within the urinary tract. Okay. Urinary tract infection usually occurs when the bacteria E. coli, the full name is Escherichia coli. You don't have to learn the full name, but just learn E. coli. It is famous. It is not famous, not very much known as Escherichia coli, but it is very much known as E. coli. Okay, it is a bacteria, and when this bacteria enters the urinary tract, this urinary tract infection occurs. Okay, the infection usually starts at the opening of the urethra. So the urethra is this very small tube which originates from the urinary bladder, and then through the urethra the urine is excreted out of the body. So within the urethra only this urinary tract infection first starts, and then it starts to go back within the urinary system. It starts at the opening of the urethra. When the urine leaves the body, the bacteria can travel up the urethra to the urinary bladder. So this is the urinary bladder, and this is the urethra, and these are the ureters. So first it starts here, and then it starts to travel upwards when the infection starts to spread. Okay. See, the bacteria can travel up the urethra to the urinary bladder, where they multiply and cause an infection. If the bacteria reach the kidneys, so the kidneys are here. Let me draw this properly. These are the kidneys. Ureter coming out, urinary bladder, and urethra. So the infection starts at the opening of the urethra and slowly starts to go up as the infection starts to spread, as this bacteria starts to multiply. Okay, now when it reaches the kidney, what happens? If the bacteria reach the kidney, they can cause a kidney infection. Initially it is just a urinary tract infection. It can be treated if proper medication is given on time, but when it reaches the kidney, it causes a kidney infection, which is a major organ infection, and they can cause a kidney infection that can become a very serious condition if not treated properly. So obviously it will reach the kidney, the infection will reach the kidney when it is not treated, when it is at this urethra and urinary bladder portion only. That means proper treatment, proper medication is not given at the start of this infection only, and it has reached the kidney. What will happen? Then the kidney infection is a very major type of disease, because it is a major organ of our body, very very important organ of our body, and if not treated, it can cause much serious problems. It can be very much fatal. Okay. Now talking about the symptoms of UTI. The person suffering from UTI may have a burning sensation while passing urine. So while urine is being passed, the person can feel a burning sensation. That means near this portion, near the urethra, if a person is having UTI. Next, a frequent urge to urinate. So frequently the person will feel to urinate, but that is not the case, because urinary bladder will not be full that fast, and you will no urine will be passed even if you feel the urge to urinate again and again. Next, pain in the back or lower abdomen, lower abdominal pain or pain in the back. Cloudy and strange smelling urine. The urine that will be formed is very cloudy, not clear, and it will have a very strange smell. Lastly, fever like feeling if the infection has reached the kidneys. If it is not treated initially and it has reached the kidney, the person will start having fever. So fever is basically a symptom. It is not any disease itself. It is a symptom that some problem is going on within the body. Okay. So these are the symptoms of UTI. The next disease that we will talk about is also a very important one, and it is also fatal, just like urinary tract infection. This is known as, the second one is known as kidney stones. You must have heard about kidney stones from some person or the other. So what are kidney stones? Kidney stones are formed due to an accumulation of dissolved minerals that stick together, forming a mass in the kidneys. So suppose there are very small substances and they float within the liquid part of the filtrate of the kidney. Now if there is not enough water within the kidney, within the nephrons, they will not be able to float, and then they will stick with each other, forming a mass. Okay, they will stick with each other, forming a mass. Suppose like this. Okay. Kidney stones are formed, repeating, kidney stones are formed due to an accumulation of dissolved minerals that stick together, forming a mass in the kidney. They are formed when the urine becomes concentrated. When does the urine become concentrated? When there is not enough water within the kidney and contains more of calcium oxalate and uric acid. Calcium oxalate, uric acid. So these are the two main components which, when water is not present in enough quantities, they clump together and form a mass known as kidney stones. Okay, the size of a kidney stone may vary from very minute to as large as 2.5 centimeter in diameter. The diameter can be, the maximum diameter of a kidney stone can be 2.5 centimeter. Okay, the main cause of kidney stones is lack of water in the body. That is why our elders, our parents ask us to drink lots of water, at least 3 liters of water in a day, so that among other problems, kidney stones are not formed. There are other problems also which will occur if a person suffers, if a person is not drinking enough water. But one of the most fatal problem can be kidney stones. Okay. Stones are more commonly found in individuals who drink less than the recommended 8 to 10 glasses of water per day. So what is the recommended amount of water that a person should drink? It is 8 to 10 glasses per day, or which makes about more or less 3 liters of water a day. So those persons who do not drink this recommended amount of water in a day, they are more prone to forming kidney stones. Okay, when there is not enough water to dilute the uric acid, as I have previously said, the uric acid clumps together along with calcium oxalate, and this happens because there is not enough water. The urine becomes more acidic, and excessively acidic environment in urine leads to the formation of kidney stones. So number of stones, or the probability of having stones, increases when the nature of the urine is more acidic. Okay, when is it more acidic? When urea in the urine is more. Okay, I hope I am clear why kidney stones are formed. Now coming to the symptoms of kidney stones. Symptoms of a person who is suffering from kidney stones. Severe pain in the sides of the abdomen. So kidneys will cause all these symptoms, and the main symptom is severe pain in the sides of the abdomen. Secondly, blood in the urine. Urine starts to contain blood, which can be a very important signal that something is very much wrong. Next, nausea and vomiting. Next, reduced amount of urine excreted. Whatever amount of urine should be produced by a person's body, that recommended amount is not being produced when a person is suffering from kidney stones. burning sensation during urination, persistent urge to urinate. Consistently a person is feeling to urinate, and when the person is urinating there is a burning sensation. Okay, so these are the certain symptoms which a person suffers from, or a person shows when he or she is suffering from kidney stones. Now this chapter is over, but you will find this, did you know your scientist? The name of the scientist is William J. Kolb. So this is the name of the scientist. What did he do? He invented the first artificial kidney. First artificial kidney was first invented by William J. Kolb. You will find it here. Okay. You will have to remember the name and what he did. First artificial kidney. So this chapter is over, and I hope you have understood these chapters. Okay. Thank you.